What's going on, everybody? Long time no see. It's just been so busy, but I'm gonna really try to get back into doing my videos again. I really enjoyed doing them. I'm just lost interest, or I don't know, just too busy. I switched to pouches, trying to quit chewing. I'm a real heavy chewer to begin with, and pouches seem to not be as strong as the actual dip, you know, putting the loose stuff in your mouth. So when I first started the pouches, I didn't even want to start the pouches. I was given the pouches on accident. I asked for long cut wintergreen and I got pouches. But I was already on the road, decided to do it. Yeah, it's helping me, so hopefully it'll help me in the long run be done with it. But anyways, a little update how things have been going here at GT. Still good. I mean, I still like the company. I love running for them. So with that being said, I'm not going to go anywhere. But I had I'll just start off with the last load that I had. I had picked up in Wisconsin, picking up airplane hangers from High Fold Door in Wisconsin, and I had 6 stops, which I don't really like doing multiple stops, but I mean, this one here was total of 34, almost 3,500 mile run with 6 stops. So I was like, okay, yeah, no tarp. So I went ahead and took it. But the way they had it routed is the reason why it was 3,500 miles. It was because all the customers, that's when, you know, I want one first, I want whatever. So I go to Wisconsin, pick up the 6 doors, and head to Montana. First stop in Montana. And then from Montana, head to Salt Lake City. No. Where the hell did I go? Not Salt Lake City. I'm drawing a blank. Seattle, Washington. So from Wisconsin, first stop Montana, to Seattle, Washington. Then I drop down to Idaho, 2 stops in Idaho. Swing over to Wyoming. And then all the way to California for the last stop. Now, if I'd have done it, had to route it, you know, I'd have went to Wyoming first, 2 in Idaho, jumped up to Montana, Seattle, Washington, and then dropped down to California. But I get paid by the miles, so that's the way they wanted it routed. So I was just zip. Hey, Roxy. But anyway, so I get done in California, and I could have delivered it Thursday morning, well, probably about noon, but the dude that wanted it, it was in a residential area, a real nice neighborhood. Had a private landing strip for these guys. I mean, rich people. So he asked if it could be Friday. I was going to end up doing a 34 in California anyways, sitting until Monday. I was like, yeah, no problem. I'll just take my time getting there. So deliver. I go to Sacramento, California for my 34. I get there probably about 11 o'clock in the morning. Sit there till Monday, probably about noon. And then I gotta go to Santa Maria, California to pick up these cable reels I have which are going to, I got one stop in Colorado, it gets 14 reels, and then Kansas City, Kansas only gets 2 reels. Well, here's the messed up deal is I was supposed to, well, I mean, I took my 34 plus in Sacramento. I picked this load up, and then I get a call from my DM, my driver manager, and he's like, we're in the process of switching out our e-logs. Right now we're on track on, and they're wanting to switch to OMNITRACS. So the plan was to get a load going back to Illinois so they could swap that out, and they want to put a camera in the truck. And I've got a small coolant leak that needs to be fixed. Well, I get this call, and he's like, and this was yesterday, he's like, listen man, tomorrow or after today, you're not going to be able to drive until you install this new software. So what I need you to do is, whenever you get loaded, find a spot as soon as possible in your route and tell me the address so I can overnight you the hardware so you can install it. It's pretty simple, just hooks up to the bottom here, hooks up here, and that's pretty much it. Give him a call and he'll walk me through the rest of the install process for the tablet. So I was just like, what the heck, man? He said, well, is that dude gonna hit that truck? I don't know why people do that. They don't get out of their truck, man. Man, he is close. But anyways, where was I at? What the hell was I talking about? Roxy, what was I talking about? He'll walk me through the install. But he said he's going to overnight it. It'll be there tomorrow morning. So he sends me the confirmation number or the tracking number. So I have the FedEx app because that's what we use for our paychecks. We mail off our paperwork, and then we get to track it, and then we'll get a notification when it's there, when it's signed for. So I entered in, right, last night, and it said today by 4:30 p.m. I was like, are you kidding me? You know, and I was sitting in Sacramento for 2.5 days, but apparently he wasn't aware of the install needing to be done as fast as it needs to be done by basically today, or you can't move. So that's the situation I'm in now. I got a load, I'm under a load. 2 stops in Colorado are supposed to be there tomorrow. It ain't gonna happen. I still got 1,000 miles to go. So more than likely that's going to be Friday, and then Kansas City will be Monday. So I'm just like, you know, I just sat for 2.5 days in Sacramento. Now I got here yesterday probably about 3, because I didn't have really any more hours to run, because I was at that shipper, the receiver office, I got there at 7:30 in the morning, and I didn't get out of there until about 12:30. And I started running at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I come into this Love's here. I can't even pronounce, don't even ask me to pronounce the name of this place in California, but I come in here yesterday probably about 3 o'clock. And I'm still sitting. And I'll be honest with you, me sitting here all day waiting for this FedEx envelope, I still got to wait for the FedEx envelope. I still got to install the software. I still got to call him so he can finish the installation and walk me through some other stuff. I'm not running tonight with, you know, being up all day. That's not happening. So what is today? Wednesday? Roxy, is today Wednesday? Where's my phone at? I think today's Wednesday. Sure the hell is. So if I start Thursday, hell, he won't even get this. Well, if I run hard, I can do 600. And my most I've ever done legally on an e-log is 665 miles. And that's pushing it, man. That's like, you know, you have your 8-hour clock. So you got your 11-hour clock, but you have your 8-hour clock, which, you know, you've got 8 hours and then you got to take a 30-minute break. So I'll run straight. No pee breaks, no stops, no walking the dog, no nothing, man. We fucking hightail it, man. Just, and that's in good traffic. So running out here like west out here, I mean, there's really not much out here but mountains. So I should do okay. But that's running like 7 hours and 45 minutes, shutting her down for 30 minutes, getting your 30-minute break, and then running the rest of your 11 straight through. You can, on a good day with no bad weather or bad hills or mountains or traffic, you can do a little over 600 miles, 650 miles. But with that being said, if I do that tomorrow, that'll still leave 400 miles. So 2, 4, 6, that's 8-hour drive, 8-9-hour drive. I mean, I don't know, I'll have to call. See, and the other thing is I'm supposed to call 48 hours in advance. I can't make a phone call yet because I don't know yet, because I haven't got the package yet to install everything. So it's a mess. And right now I had I woke up the other day to go pick this load up, and I noticed my tire was low, and I was like, what the heck? I just aired everything up on my 34. You know, I've got an air hose. I make sure my tires are cool, and I air them up to proper what the company wants. So it was low, but there's a little tiny nail in there. I mean, I was sitting for 2.5 days, so it aired out after that. I mean, I think it was like 90 or 80 psi. But so I aired it up, loaded, got here at the Loves, talked to them this morning. I was like, listen, I can't move my truck or I'll be in violation. I said, but I'm just right there. Is it going to cost me any extra if you guys come over there and pull the tire off and fix that, and plug that hole? No, he come over here, took all the information. This was first thing this morning. He says, when we get a truck come in, you know, one of their little mobile trucks, he'll be over to fix it. I've done seen that damn truck 3 or 4 times, and I ain't fixed my tire yet. So I need to get that done too. I'm getting ready to walk over there and ask them, hey, did y'all forget about me or what? So yeah, that's the story on that. Waiting on this e-log conversion. And then when I get to the shop, basically when I install everything, it's just going to be kind of wires hung out here. I'm going to have them duct taped to the underneath over here so they're not hitting my legs. And then when I get to the shop, they're going to put them behind the dash where they belong and stuff, all nice and neat. And then they're going to install that camera. And I've got that coolant leak. And we're supposed to be having inverters, but when I got this truck, it was kind of a rush deal. So I might see if they put me an inverter in here too while my shit's at the shop. I mean, I've got an APU, but it doesn't work. We're working on that. I'm gonna see if they'll let me. What the hell is this idiot doing? I'm gonna see if they'll let me on my home time. I'll find a carrier or even a Thermo King. They'll do it at a Thermo King, even though it's a carrier APU. I'm gonna see if they'll let me drop it off there, have it, fix it, and work on it, and give me a call when it's ready, and then have them pay for it. You know, that's the easiest way, so I don't lose any time. You know, because he said they have a carrier deal down there by the shop, but he says I'm gonna lose a couple of days, and I'm like, so why don't I just do it on my home time? Well, what's the difference, right? There's no difference. The only difference is I'm not going to be losing any money. being down for 2 days. You know, and I only earn $100 a day, and that's if they even pay that. They're pretty stingy about stuff like that. But other than that, everything's been going good. I've just been really busy, which is good. But I figured out, because my camera was always white, you know, everything was white. My face was white. It was like a ghost. If you go on the camera set, not the camera, the picture settings, because you can take pictures with this too. If you go on the picture settings, you can adjust this, some kind of balance. I can't remember what it was actually called, but I just started messing with it. I was like, oh wow, there's my face. And then you switch it back to camera mode, it stays that way. But as soon as you turn it off, you got to go through the whole process again. It doesn't like save it. It just saves it while the camera's on. So the camera's mounted to my dash, and it's always going to be on. So it should be fine now. I mean, I was getting really pissed. It's like, damn, I paid over $100 for this whole setup, and it's like everything is white. But I got my GPS mounted up here now, and I tried facing it forward, but I got the split windshield, and I've got the split windshield in the middle, of course, you know, the line, and then I've got the 2 windshield wipers, so you can't really see the road. But I thought about getting my GoPro back, buy another one, so I can mount it. I believe it's going to be an interesting winter. But alright, I'm going to let you go on that, and we'll start our adventures again. We'll talk to you later.